Welcome to Up Next. I'm Sarah Henderson, and you are listening to TMC 105.1, the most Cebu radio. Thank you for choosing to spend this time with us. Every week, we gather around stories that connect us through theater, film, art, and culture. But today's conversation feels a little different. It's one that's especially close to my heart because it's about family, identity, and how we hold on to where we come from. So wherever you're joining us from, whether you're here in the Philippines or somewhere else in the world, welcome. This is Up Next. There is a saying that you can take a Filipino out of the Philippines, but you can never take the Philippines out of a Filipino. It's a beautiful sentiment. But I'd like us to ask a different question. How? How does the Philippines remain with us when we no longer wake up to its sounds, when our children grow up speaking another language, when Christmas looks different, birthdays are celebrated differently, and home exists on more than one continent? For sure, we can all agree that identity doesn't preserve itself. It is passed on. One conversation at a time, one family tradition at a time, one story at a time. And we often think of culture as something grand, like festivals, folk dances, museums, national heroes, historic landmarks. But culture doesn't begin there. Culture begins at home. It begins in kitchens filled with familiar aromas, and grandparents telling stories that somehow become more colorful with every retelling. In family reunions where someone inevitably asks why you're still single, whether you've gained weight, or when you're having children. It begins in laughter, in language, in memory, and these ordinary moments become extraordinary because they quietly answer one of humanity's oldest questions. Who am I? For many of us, the answer seems simple. I'm Filipino. But what happens when life becomes more complicated? What happens when your father is from one country and your mother from another? What happens when you were born in the US, Canada, Australia, or the United Kingdom, but your grandmother still insists you eat more rice? What happens when your passport says one thing, your accent says another, and your heart refuses to choose? The truth is, millions of Filipinos live this reality every single day. The Filipino story has always been a story of movement. Long before overseas work became part of our national identity, Filipinos were already travelers, traders, sailors, teachers, artists, dreamers, and pioneers. We crossed oceans, not simply because we wanted to leave, but because we carried hope with us. Today, there are millions of Filipinos living and working across the world. Some left for opportunity, some left for love, some left because circumstances gave them little choice. Others were born abroad and have never actually lived in the Philippines. Yet somehow, despite the distance, many still introduce themselves by saying, I'm Filipino. Not because geography tells them they are, but because family does. Family has an incredible way of preserving identity. Sometimes it happens through recipes, and every Filipino family believes their adobo is the correct adobo. Every household has its own version of pancit. Lumpia somehow tastes different depending on whose grandmother made it. And somehow food becomes more than food. It becomes memory. One bite can transport you home. Sometimes it also happens through language. Maybe it's learning how to say po and opo, or hearing anak, apo, or kumusta na spoken with affection. And maybe you don't speak fluent Filipino anymore, but you recognize the rhythm of the language because it sounds like love. Language isn't only about communication. It carries values, respect, affection, belonging, and sometimes it happens through celebrations. Christmas that begins in September, Noche Buena, fiestas, family karaoke that lasts longer than anyone planned. Children laughing while adults tell stories they've heard 100 times before. These traditions may seem ordinary while we're living them, but one day we realize they have quietly become part of who we are. And perhaps that is what culture truly is. It's definitely not performance, practice, not something we put on for special occasions. It's something we live. Yet preserving culture today isn't as simple as repeating traditions. Families are changing. Communities are changing. The world is changing. More children are growing up in multicultural households than ever before. And many have parents from different countries. Some speak 3 languages before they begin school. Some celebrate both Lunar New Year and Christmas. Some have grandparents living thousands of kilometers away. And for these children, identity isn't a single story. It's a conversation. And conversations require intention because culture doesn't survive by accident. It survives because someone decides that it matters. Someone decides to keep telling the stories. Someone decides to cook the family recipes. Someone decides to teach the songs. Someone decides to explain why we bless the hands of our elders. Someone decides to say, this is where our family comes from. That responsibility often belongs to parents, sometimes grandparents, sometimes aunts, uncles, cousins, and older siblings. Sometimes even friends become the keepers of culture. The beautiful thing is that preserving Filipino roots doesn't mean resisting other cultures. It means making room for them. There is a misconception that embracing another culture somehow weakens our own. But I don't believe culture works that way. Love rarely asks us to choose. So children can love sinigang and shepherd's pie. They can celebrate both Independence Day and another nation's holiday. They can dance tinikling and ballet. They can carry 2 languages, 2 histories, 2 family stories. Identity is not a competition. It is an inheritance, and inheritances become richer when they are understood, not feared. And someone whose own family stretches across culture, this conversation is deeply personal. I've seen firsthand how traditions evolve, how children ask difficult questions, how parents wonder whether they're doing enough to preserve what matters, how grandparents smile when they hear a young child pronounce a Filipino word for the first time. These moments may seem small, but they are anything but small. They are the moments that determine whether a culture continues to live. I often think about the word roots. Roots are fascinating. They remain mostly invisible. We don't admire them the way we admire flowers. We don't photograph them the way we photograph trees. Yet without roots, nothing grows. Roots don't limit a tree. They make growth possible. The stronger the roots, the farther the branches can reach. Perhaps that's a lesson for all of us. Teaching our children where they come from doesn't prevent them from discovering the world. It gives them the confidence to explore it, because people who know their story are often better prepared to write the next chapter. So today's conversation is about deciding, or actually not about deciding, who is Filipino enough. It isn't about measuring language fluency, passports, or where someone was born. Being Filipino has never been a checklist. It is a relationship with family, with memory, with values, with community, with a history that continues to shape us, even when oceans separate us from it. Whether you've lived in the Philippines your entire life, whether you've recently moved abroad, whether you're part of a family that spans continents, I say this: culture isn't something we inherit once. It is something we choose again and again. Every meal we prepare, every story we tell, every tradition we continue, every child we teach, every time we say, this is who we are. Borders may define nations, but they don't define families. They don't stop love, and they certainly don't stop culture. The Philippines is more than a place on a map. It lives in our values, in our ability to make strangers feel like family. And maybe that's why being Filipino can never be measured by distance, because home is not only where we live. Home is what we carry. Today, we'll explore what it means to carry the Philippines with us wherever life leads. And joining me are people who know this journey intimately. My cousins and my daughter have each experienced what it means to grow up across cultures and across borders. Together, we'll talk about identity, belonging, family traditions, and the beautiful challenge of preserving our Filipino roots while embracing the richness of multicultural lives. So let's begin. Up next, Chandler Lim, Claire Mejia, Isa Mascareñas, and Shifra Bushiki and Klana. Hello, kids.
Hello.
A sound off. Hello.
Hello, Tao, taga from Cebu.
Yes.
And the whole Philippines.
So I've mentioned that they're actually, these are family to me. They are my family. I'm actually the eldest daughter of the eldest son of 9 children, right? So I have cousins who are close to my daughter's age. So, and here they are. So, Claire, Isak, Chandler, Shifra. And Shifra is my daughter, which means that you're actually sitting with your uncle and aunts who are still very young.
Bless.
Yes. So we're talking about a multicultural home, right? And how it is to be a Filipino, let's say outside of the Philippines. So maybe tell us first about where you're from. I'm not talking about the Philippines, okay? But the non-Filipino aspect of you. Maybe let's start with you, Shifra.
Hi, it's me. I'm Shifra, and I was born in France to a Filipino mother.
That's me.
Yes.
Yes.
And to a French Moroccan father. So my grandparents on my father's side were Moroccan, and then they moved to France. And I moved to the Philippines when I started elementary school, and I've been here ever since.
Yes. But you still do your regular visits to your, how do you call that? Because in fact, it is like half of your home is France and half of your home is the Philippines. So yeah, so your other half.
Yeah.
And Chandler, tell us more about you, your multicultural background.
Hello po. Hello tanan. Nagtanaw. My name is Chandler. I was born in Singapore and I grew up in Singapore to a Cebuano mother and a Cebuano Chinese father. Kana lang.
Okay, but I know for a fact that you're mentioning that, but you're here you're visiting the Philippines at the moment, but you're going back not to Singapore, but to the US.
So recently I graduated from school in Singapore and I moved to New York after that.
Wow. So
now I'm in Cebu for vacation.
yes. Okay. So Isa.
Yes. Okay. So I was born in New York City, in America. Lived there for like about a decade, like 10 years, and then moved to Jersey. And I've never like actually lived in Cebu, but my mom is Cebuano, my dad is from Baybay Leyte. And it was really my dad's side that brought us to America originally. But we just go back like every now and then to Cebu and also Baybay.
In fact, this year, this is your second visit to the Philippines.
Yes.
Yes. So visiting the Philippines is not really like, it doesn't happen between a long period or gaps, right? For
Right.
you, it's a very regular thing.
Except for COVID. But
Yeah, except for, of course, during the lockdown. And that would be the same for you, Claire, right? But tell us more about yourself.
Hello, I'm Claire. So my parents are both from Cebu. When my dad was younger, when he was about like 13, he moved to New York. And in fact, I think he knew Ate Isabella's dad because like they were like kind of neighbors, like both their parents. Yes, our Lolos were like neighbors and they were kind of friends. So my mom, so I was also born in New York, same as Ate, and I was only born there and then I moved to New Jersey and I lived there also for about a decade. And then now I live in California, very close to LA.
Now, here's the fun fact. In this family, there are two sets of twins. I'm talking about my father's siblings, right? And so Isa's mom and Claire's mom are actually twins, identical twins. And you've mentioned about your dads actually knowing each other, like maybe briefly, even before they met your moms, which were actually these are separate occasions. It's not like, oh, they're friends and then we're gonna go after after twin sisters, which is fun. But anyway, please don't be fooled. This is a bunch of very talkative people, and they're trying to be at their best behavior. But okay, we have established that you come from multicultural homes, which is quite interesting. But maybe one of the thing that I'm interested to know is, when do you actually feel most Filipino?
Okay, I'll answer this first. I think recently, like for a while, I didn't really feel Filipino, and I still kind of don't sometimes. But what really makes me feel Filipino is when I hang out with my classmates. In high school, I went to like my first big university where I met so many diverse people, because in elementary I was quite sheltered. I went to a very small private school, and it's only in high school that I really started to that's when I learned how to take a jeepney because of my high school classmates. And then that's also when I started to ukay, and I was
Wow. I should thank your high school classmates for that.
and that's also how I became more open to trying Filipino dishes and street foods, because I'm actually quite picky. Wait, what was the question again?
When do you feel most Filipino?
So I think I feel most Filipino when I'm like out in the streets and I'm not like going to the malls. Actually makes me feel the least Filipino. Like going to like those like those very well developed areas, it kind of, I feel like it takes me away from the people, like the Filipino people.
So basically, it's like the people that you're with that makes you really feel the Philippines. I mean, I remember you saying that when you're in France, you feel like you're not French enough, and then when you're in the Philippines, you're also not Filipino enough. Is that still true to this day, Shifra?
I think so. I haven't been to France in a while, and I barely speak French, so I don't think I would be able to relate to them. And I don't think I could relate fully to the experiences of just any other Filipino person here. But I do think that there are similar children here or people my age who have a similar experience as me.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you're sitting with three of them already. Yeah. So you share. How about who wants to share? When do you feel most Filipino? Isa.
I feel like I have two answers to this.
Yes.
One
Go ahead.
is when I'm in America, because of like there's sort of like a foil situation because everyone around me is not Filipino. Like the places I've grown up haven't really been like she's in California. There's a lot of Filipinos
So
there.
Claire is in California, which is
Yeah.
like Filipino country,
Yes.
right? In
yes,
a way,
in
yes.
America, that's where the Filipinos are.
Baby
But
Jesus.
but I sort of grew up like away from that. Like
Mm-hmm.
there would be like, you know, like there's like a Filipino diaspora in New York, but they're like we would have to travel there. Like
Mm-hmm.
we didn't live directly there. So I kind of grew up with the whole like, you know, like when especially in Jersey, like New York's very accepting, but in Jersey it's like, ew, like what are you eating? Like I felt very like called out, so I felt Filipino because I'm like not like you guys. I'm like, you know, I can't change the color of my skin, what I look like, you know, I a little bit got bullied for that. But
Oh,
when,
that is sad though.
yeah,
Because your
unfortunately.
identity becomes like the source of bullying.
Yeah, there's sort of a target on me just because I look different. But I guess my second answer is since in America I feel like I don't have access to Filipino culture as easily. Like if I want to get anything, I have to go to specific places. Like if I want to eat Filipino food, but the most access I have is when I go to Cebu. So then like I feel Filipino, but I also feel more American because
When you're in the Philippines, you're more Filipino. That's your feeling. But then you also feel American compared to the regular Filipinos.
Yes.
And that's I guess that's also understandable. I mean, I've obviously Shifra's my daughter, so if she lived in France, that means I also lived there for a while. And there's always that feeling that you're different, right? But that difference also it's your identity and it makes you. But there's also that pressure of like, oh, you're the one who came here, and so you have to adjust to our culture. Or maybe that's the well, most of the experience that I had in France was like that. But for you, Chandler, and you, Claire, you're living in areas where there are so many Filipinos. And
To answer the question of when do I feel most Filipino, I think when mukhaan ko Jollibee. Lamig kayang Jollibee. It's the best fried chicken. I'm not even trying to be biased, pero lamig jud ang Jollibee.
so is that where? Here or
Wherever. Singapore, America, Philippines, Jollibee's the best. But a more serious answer.
why? So that was not a serious answer.
That was a for fun answer. Serious answer. Like I can also kind of relate. Like growing up in Singapore, maybe sometimes I didn't feel like I was Singaporean enough. Even though I can speak Mandarin fluently. Yeah, it's like people like sometimes they see you look a bit different from the common Singaporean, and they're like, "Oh, you from Singapore?" Okay, but so growing up, I had a bit of issues with my identity.
Would that be like an identity crisis in terms of the nationality
Like,
and
am I
all that?
Singaporean or am I Filipino, Chinese, whatever? But now I'm more like secure of who I am. Like, yeah, I'm more secure with my identity now.
And I guess I think the difficult part is really when you're so much younger. Well, Claire is
Yes.
the youngest of us
Especially.
all here in this room.
Mhm.
And you said that, you were born in New York, you moved to Jersey, lived there for 10 years, and then now you're living in California. How's that been so far for you?
I think similar to Ate Sabi, I also, when I lived in New Jersey, I felt like I was like also very different because a lot of people in Jersey, they're like all Italian or they're like Hispanic, and I was able to relate to like my like Hispanic friends because I was like, we're like kind of similar in a way. But at the same time, like I just felt so different, so it was hard for me to connect with my Filipino culture. But I think when I feel the most Filipino is obviously when I'm in Cebu, surrounded with like all my cousins, because I get to hear like the humor here, and I just like, I don't know, with them it's like I really feel Filipino, and like my mom cooking Filipino food, like both my parents, it really makes me feel like closer to home. So
Food really makes us close to home, right?
yes,
Also
I
just
agree.
embracing Filipino culture. In Singapore, yes, there's a lot of Filipinos in Singapore, and I have a lot of Filipino friends in Singapore, and tagay. For example,
Tagay?
tagay.
Wait. Oh my
Tagay.
God. Okay.
We do that in Singapore sometimes, right? When
So-
kami lang Pinoys nag-inom, and then listening to OPM, listening to Filipino music, yeah, that really helps as well.
Oh wow!
OPM.
So you do listen to OPM. Now
Kalye.
I'm going to put us on a break because I'm gonna say hi to those who are listening right now. So hi to Janice. Woohoo! Thank you, Janice Wayne Lim.
We miss you.
We miss you so
Aw.
much.
Miss
We
you, Kuya.
love you.
Yeah.
That's my kuya right there.
Yeah, and right now where is Janice right now?
My brother went back to Singapore because he has work.
Oh yeah. So well, we miss you, Janice.
Yeah, miss my brother.
And then
Love you, bro.
Kirsten.
Hi,
Tita Kirsten. I'm calling Tita. It's your Tita, okay?
Yeah, ate.
Listening right now. And of course, Tita Heidi or Auntie Heidi. Well, she's my auntie, but she's 6 years older than me, and Isa's mother, Auntie Heidi. Hi, shout out from Singapore, Andy Torres.
Oh my
Ate.
God.
Andy,
Hi,
hello.
Ate.
Thank you for
I'm
watching.
sure she's listening because of you, Chandler. Not
Thank you for
even
the
because of
ginamos.
me.
Lami
Huh?
kayong ginamos.
I'm
Nakaon ako
just
sa
kidding.
ginamos.
Yeah, that's one thing also. Before she left, okay, so this happened like 2 weeks ago, right? So Andy was here, and before she left, she made sure that she bought Chandler the right ginamos. Because apparently that was your favorite and it was a specific brand. She had to search for it
Still my
And-
favorite.
and buy it, yeah. So ginamos for you, is that like a staple? You have to have it even in Singapore?
Whenever na ginamos, I will finish it.
Oh, wow.
Add a bit sili lemon. Yes.
With sili and lemon. Well, you see, that makes him very Filipino for me because, I mean, I think these are things that people take for granted. The food that's available here. You think that, they'll be available everywhere else in the world until you go somewhere and you're looking for something that you love and you can't find it. And hopefully there's a Filipino store near you, but sometimes there's none, right? So, yeah, well, of course, my mom is watching. Hi. And then Morgan et Chavez. So, hello. Thank you for listening. Hello from New Jersey. Hazel Haiti. Okay. Oh my God. We are going global at the moment. Because of course this conversation is really about that, how it's been for all of us. And hi, Tita Marites Isalentes. Thank you for watching and listening. Mga cute ko no kayo mo.
Salamat, tita.
Oh,
you.
that's from Tita Kirsten. Okay, mga tita kayo. This is something that we'll probably discuss later on, how we call everyone tita, ate, tito. I mean, of course, obviously, we call our own relatives like uncles and aunties or titas, titos. But even non-relatives, we do address them that way, right? But Isa, I caught on with your, you shared earlier about how it is to be at school, maybe having lunch, and your classmates seeing what you're having for lunch, and
My
others would
bone.
say remarks that can be very helpful. And so I was gonna ask, what was the biggest challenge of growing up multicultural? But I would think that that's like one of the biggest challenge, having to, you know, be, how do you call that? Bullied because of where you're from?
Ostracized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of a social pariah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, because in the first 10 years of my life, I lived in New York. It's very diverse there, and like I'm very used to growing up in elementary school. Like all of my friends were eating different food, and like maybe I would try my like Jewish friends' food or something. Like there was an exchange of cultures happening there. But then I went to like suburbia New Jersey, where it's like white majority and like very like homogeneous in the like ethnic population. So that's where I really experienced the most like ostracization, as you were talking about. Like that's where I felt the most like, oh, I guess I'm different. Like I would go to church. I remember actually the first time I went to church in my new town in Jersey, I was like, Mom, why are there so many white people? Because our previous church that we went to, like the priest was Indian, and like everyone looked different. Like
You'd say it's more cosmopolitan.
yeah, it was New York City, so that's
Mhm.
what I was used to. And then it was such a shift. It was a big culture shock.
Yeah, I guess it's also like what here in the Philippines right now. You would, I remember Shifra, like mentioning there was a summer. Of course, you were so much younger then, and we were at the mall, and we were meeting. So well, we would be like walking around, and we'd be seeing so many tourists, but like couples, like a foreign husband or a foreign wife, not like Filipino and a foreigner, but it's really like a couple. And you did ask me at that point, Mom, how come there are so many foreigners at the moment? I guess because you're used to only seeing like majority as Filipinos, and I guess for you it would have been like you're so used to the cosmopolitan New York, and you go to an area wherein you become the standout in a way.
Yep.
Everyone's now looking at you because you're different, But supposedly being different is nice, right? But it can attract the wrong attention in a way. And so, yeah, I mean, for that actually, the bullying and all that's already towards a discussion on racism. And which, many sadly have experienced that. And even Filipinos have that towards non-Filipinos as well. And sometimes, without making excuses for them, they're just so unaware that the words they say are actually racist, the jokes, the comments. And I guess we need to be more educated about these stuffs. Yeah, but the challenge, the challenges that multicultural children have to experience, or homes anyway, even adults do have to face those challenges. How about you, Claire? What's your challenge? Now you're still a kid, I would say. You're not yet an adult.
Yes.
I know you have so many friends, but like, what do you think had been like the biggest challenge so far for you?
I think my biggest challenge is like feeling a lot Filipino, but at the same time also not feeling a lot Filipino. My mother was like born and raised in Cebu, so she knows how to speak Bisaya. Like she tells me all of the stories of like her high school. Compared to my dad, he doesn't know how to speak any Bisaya, which makes
your dad doesn't know how to speak Bisaya? A little bit.
A little
Yes.
bit, but it's like I think when we were in Tacloban, he tried to speak Waray, so he knew.
Wow, great.
I think he knew a little more Waray than he does Bisaya, but he doesn't. The reason that I don't know Bisaya is because of him, because he always spoke. Sorry,
Yes.
Dad, I love you. I know you're probably watching this, but I love you so much. But it's not my fault, bro. You grew up in the U.S., okay? Yeah, but I think that made it like a little bit hard since not both of my parents spoke Bisaya, so I guess that's why it didn't really stick with me. But I do in the future want to learn Bisaya.
I mean, you've
because-
been asking me, like, where can
Yes.
I have like a tutorial or classes to
Classes.
learn Bisaya? Yeah. So if anyone knows anyone who does Cebuano lessons, I have 3 kids here who would like to learn, and maybe number 4 as well.
Ako, fluent ko sa Bisaya.
Yes.
Kay if ganahan ka mo tudlo, magahan ka mo learn og Bisaya ba, ako ang advice ra ba kay find a Bisaya friend or uyab, and then mo just speak in Bisaya every day, and then mo you will learn it na dayon. Because
Oh
that's what
my
I did, man.
God.
That's what I did. Kabaw ko sa slang sa Cebu jud.
He
So
did
does
it for
that
a
mean
girl.
that while you were in Singapore, you looked for a Bisaya girlfriend or friend?
No comment.
No comment. Well, we are live here
I do
on
wanna-
TMC 105.1. And yeah, and this is recorded, Chandler. So is that why you're keeping quiet?
Yeah.
Making sure you protect yourself?
What's her name?
Yes. But yes, Isa.
Oh, in terms of the not speaking Bisaya conversation, so there was an event I went to in New York at the Philippine Embassy in Manhattan, and so I met with a bunch of other like first generation American Filipino kids,
Yes.
and we were all talking about how, like, depending on how we were raised, like the level of either Bisaya or Tagalog or whatever, like Filipino language, really dependent on whether our parents spoke it to us as a kid. And like my parents would speak it in the house growing up, but they didn't ask me to speak it back. I would reply in English. And I noticed that everyone who had a similar experience understands Bisaya but can't speak it. If your parents grew up only speaking English, then you don't understand Bisaya, and you also can't speak it. But like the key really is like if you're gonna raise a kid outside of the Philippines and you want them to like pass on the language, speak to them in the language and make them speak it back to you.
I totally agree. But before we continue, I have to make sure I say hi to France Alan Mascarenas. He woke up early to listen to this important conversation. It's 3 a.m. in the East Coast. Yes. So, Kirsten, it's Ate Kiray, Ate Sarah. Okay, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh my God. Yeah, it's only Shifra who calls her Tita. Oh my God, I forget. Yes. Because
Ninang Kiray.
they're
Why
so
are you
young
trying to-
here. I even think, they're not my cousins. Or maybe I'm still young. Hi, also from Surigao. Tita Lot,
Tita ba,
Marilu
Tita?
Pagar. And then, of course, Shane Ronel Ayong. Unsay Cheka sa parlor. Hello, Sarah and Shifra. Say hi to Shanae.
Hi.
Yes. And yeah, interesting. I mean, you're talking about language, and I really I know, Shifra, you can relate to the difficulty of language, right? So maybe let's start. I'll ask this question. What languages do you speak, Shifra?
I speak French. That was my first language. I speak English fluently, clearly. And I had the potential to speak Moroccan and Arabic and Filipino.
Mm-hmm.
But my father and my mother didn't speak to me.
I'm telling you, that's the key. That's the key.
It's their fault.
Yes.
Who are these parents?
Shout out to my mom for speaking Bisaya to me. And
Yeah.
making sure I know how to speak Bisaya.
Yes.
And also to that girl.
to that girl.
The girl's my
those
mom.
girls.
The girl was actually my mom, guys.
Oh, yes. You see, I grew up. I grew up listening to Waray and Ilonggo because our family, Anclona, on the Anclona side, we are Waray. And then on my Pecauco side, we are Ilonggo, right? But I never really spoke them at home. I would be listening and I understood everything clearly. Hi to my Papa Bebot, yes. But I understood everything clearly. And then, of course, we're living in Cebu, so naturally, my classmates would be speaking in Bisaya. But English is also like, it's a regular language. We use that all the time. And I guess my worry was when I was living in France, having just given birth to Shifra, when she was starting to, start to speak a bit, she was going French full on, and I'm trying to like speak to you in English, and it wasn't happening. So I guess it was my fault for worrying that she might not learn all the languages like Cebuano, Filipino, and all that, and focused on English. But now that you're an adult, Shishi,
I'm very good at English. We should worry about my French though.
yeah, I guess, yes. But I think that, having lived here, you tried to speak to me in Bisaya as well. But
that's a secret.
yeah, it is a secret.
It's not good. I'm not gonna speak to anyone in Bisaya.
Actually, it's very good and proper. But she's just not confident using it outside of our room. Gamayra. Yeah. So I guess, language. How for you, Chandler?
I speak English basic, not really very good at English.
Hilom ay.
I speak Mandarin fluently. I speak Bisaya fluently, pero dili lang bisdak. The grammar basin di kayo maayo, pero kasabot ko og Bisaya. Tagalog konti lang.
Konti lang. Okay, unsa man to?
Malayo sikit-sikit.
Unsa? What did you say?
To anyone watching from Singapore, malayo sikit-sikit, ah? Okay. Kana
Okay.
lang, only those.
Obviously, I don't live in Singapore and I don't speak that language, so I did not understand at all. Yeah. And for you, Isa?
Yeah. So my first language was probably English. I Bisaya, like I can understand maybe a little bit, just a little bit I can speak, but I won't do it here.
You won't do it here.
No. And then my language that in America they make you learn a language in school. So I chose Spanish. So but also very little, maybe less than my Bisaya. But I can understand but I can't really maybe if I talk to someone who's really from where I can only understand.
Your
a little
dad?
bit.
No, Bye-Bye. Your dad's from
My
Bye-Bye,
dad's
which
from
is
Bye-Bye, which is the part that
Cebuano
speaks
speaking
Bisaya.
Waray, no? Waray, Cebuano speaking area in Leyte. Yes.
Yes.
And you, Claire?
Hi. I can literally only speak English. I can understand Bisaya, and I can understand some Waray. I recently went to Tacloban.
How was that experience? Tell me.
It was actually very fun. I got to meet the girls and the people that went to my grandfather's memorial school. So the reason I went there is because my great grandfather had a school named after him. So
Mention the name, the school.
Lucio Vivero Elementary School. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's an elementary school or not, but I will send this to all my friends there. So hi.
Bapi, weren't you a mini celebrity in the school?
Well, yes.
Of
Oh my
course.
god. I was a mini celebrity. I still get friend requests from people from Lucio Vivero School.
Of course. I mean, you're the descendant of
Yes.
the man whose school is named from, you know?
Yeah. While I was there though, I did face a little bit of racism.
How?
I'm literally Filipino, so I was a little bit confused. But they were just they would just make I don't know, like, racist remarks towards me. Maybe it's just because, like, I don't know how to speak and I'm from America. So I don't know. So that kind of sucked. But for the majority of my trip, it was very fun, though, to get to, like, reconnect with my roots. Like, especially, I never got to meet that side of my family. So that was nice.
I guess that's also very important, you know, and I'm so glad that your dad actually shared with me, that you asked about his side of the family because apparently you're so exposed to the Enclona side, you wanted to be more exposed to the Mejia side. And that was, and you got that invitation, and it was a good opportunity for you to visit Leyte. But you know, aside from we're mentioning areas here in the Philippines, so obviously we're living, or our how do you say that, our parents like lived longer or stayed in Cebu for a long time. Some of them are still here. Well, my parents are still here in Cebu. Well, yours left for US or Singapore or anywhere else. But there was actually a time when they lived in Manila and also Zamboanga City. And you do know that there's a different language in Zamboanga.
I think they speak every language in Zamboanga.
They speak Chavacano.
Chavacano. Chavacano.
Which is considered as the what's this, like
Broken Spanish.
yes, some would say
But
that.
I've had my Spanish friends listen to Jabacano and they were like, we don't know what they're saying.
They don't know what they're
So,
saying.
Maybe
'cause
too broken,
The
like
thing is, I heard Chavacano was invented
unrecognizable.
so that Spanish people wouldn't understand Filipino.
Really? Wow.
Please fact check that though. Don't take it from me.
And you see my I know that Papa and yeah, some of the siblings actually speak Chavacano and fluently, you know. So I guess, you know, language is also like a thing in our family. And so I have I do to be honest. Well, I speak Cebuano, Tagalog, or Filipino. I do understand Waray and Ilonggo, and if I have to, I will force myself to speak them. There was a time when my dad actually taught me a Chavacano song. I still remember. I'm not going to sing it though on air. But yeah, so there was that. And then, of course, English is like our language at school and in business. And then when I went to France, I had to learn French. And so there's still so many languages that we can learn, right? But I think I would have to say hi to your Cebuano tutor, Chandler. Hi to Faith L.
Hi, Faith.
Aww.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, thanks for teaching
Faith.
Chandler Cebuano. It's been very helpful.
See you soon, Faith.
Oh. And then hi also to Bernard Earl. Yo, what's up mga igagaws
Kuya
daw?
Earl.
Yes. Oh wow. Well, we're here on Up Next, and we're talking about how it is to grow up in a multicultural home, you know. And I'm here with my cousins. They're from different parts of the world, and with my daughter as well, who has the same experience. But I think I'd like to talk about traditions. What are the traditions that we have made sure to keep? Maybe foods you loved or hated as a child, but you still deal with it anyway. Yeah, what can you say that, you know, this is something that's also like maybe the tradition that you'd like to continue?
Okay. Amin po.
Amen.
Amin.
Ang kanang mag-bless.
Bless.
No? So others
That's
would call
one.
it kissing of the hands,
On the
other
hand.
of the elders. Okay.
Also.
Others would say blessing the elders, because we say, oh, bless me. No? But kana others would say kissing. But it's actually, that's the back of your hand, you're going to, well, you're going to take the hand of the elder and let the back of their hand touch your forehead. So we're actually not kissing it. It's not very, it's not European like that. But so that's something that you'd like to keep. And I do agree. I mean, it actually makes us very Filipino to be doing that. And I think that, it's a sign of respect. I do have aunts and uncles who are very close to my age. And in fact, I probably have a few who are younger than me. And so they won't allow me to do that to them. But you still attempt, as a sign of respect. And then they'll just tell you, oh, no, I'm younger than you, and that's it. But it becomes I think that it's so Filipino that in something that's so about respect and identity. What else for you, Isa?
Well, I feel like the food is so big. Like, I love Filipino food. Like, in New York City, every day we would eat like different dishes, but my mom's Filipino cooking is really what feels like home to me.
Oh, yes.
But I was talking to Chandler about this. We don't like ampalaya.
You don't like ampalaya?
Who does not like ampalaya?
Bro.
Sorry, my mom. That's like my mom's favorite.
There,
I
like
also
ever.
love it.
I love everything else. Tuslo buwa, lanxiao,
Oh,
balbakwa.
tuslo.
Give it
Oh,
to
wow.
me.
So
Give it to
good.
me.
Whoa.
Not ampalaya. Sorry.
Not ampalaya.
Okay.
No, not a fan.
So
of
for
favorite.
for those who don't know ampalaya, because you just don't know the local name, it's bitter gourd, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Bitter gourd.
Yeah. So I love it. I really love it. There are times when I just have to cook that and eat that with rice. And I don't know if it's an age thing, because maybe when I was younger, I probably did not want that. But now that I'm older, I do like that. How about you, Shifra? Because I mean, I cook that. Am I cooking that for myself?
I don't remember the last time I had that. I think I tried it when I was like 8 years old, and I refused it ever since. So
Oh, maybe you have to revisit.
no.
But remember, look, you don't like, or you used to not like tortang talong. And
I
now you love it.
I liked it,
Tortang
and then
talong.
I didn't like it, and now it's my favorite Filipino food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go to a restaurant, a Filipino restaurant, and she'll be looking for that. And as long as there's tortang talong, she is happy.
And ketchup.
Ketchup.
I think in regards to food, right?
Yeah.
I've made a lot of my friends in Singapore try Filipino food. Lami kayo ang lechon, taga Cebu, Jud. Ang lechon.
Yeah.
Shout out Relin. Relin's coming to Cebu to eat the food here.
Who's Relin?
Relin, I don't know you watching or not, but he's my very good friend from Singapore who's coming to Cebu. next month.
Oh, so he's only coming here for the lechon, not for you.
I think more for the lechon, Jud.
Lechon
He wants to try
first.
authentic lechon.
Okay,
Taga Talisay, o
and
Karkar.
Chandler secondary. Yeah. How about you, Claire?
Okay, similar to Kuya Chandler at the Sabi, I don't like ampalaya.
Uh-huh. It looks like the four of you don't like ampalaya.
Yeah, actually, yeah. My mom, though, I think both my parents really like it, so I grew up and I still do help my mom cook ampalaya, and my mom's always like, "You're helping me cook it. Why don't you try it?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"I don't want to. Never again." Like,
Never again. So
I
that
will-
means you tried, actually. You've tried in the past.
yes.
Yes. And you've decided it's not for you.
No, I will squeeze the water from the cheesecloth, but I will not put that in my mouth. Okay.
But there are
Not good.
others who would say that their rule for their kids when it comes to food is, as long as you've tried it and you've decided that you don't like it after, that's good enough. So they're not gonna force you to it. But
There are exceptions.
there are exceptions. Yes. What are the exceptions, love?
Number 1,
Number one,
dried fish.
dried fish. So you've never tried dried fish?
No, I don't think so.
But I have a
gosh.
secret, you see. When like obviously I'm in a multicultural house. I'm living with Kiwi, a French, and a British. Well, the British girl has now found her own place and really great.
Shout
But
out Freya.
hi to Freya.
I miss you,
She's
Freya.
more Filipino than me.
That's
She
so
can speak
true,
Bisaya.
though.
Kabaw siya
Yes,
Bisaya.
yes. But there are times when I'm like, I'm not in a good mood, and I'm gonna drive you away. Shout out to my husband Nick. So I'm just gonna cook dried fish, and he'll be going
Dried fish as in buwad.
buwad.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
I love it.
Lami
Right?
kayo ang bulad.
Unsa man nga buwad imo?
Danggit or
Yes.
bisan unsa, naibukog. Usually I don't eat fish with bones, pero ang buwad ang exception. Kay lamig jud kayo ang bulad.
Aha.
Ipare na with the ginamos
Maon
for
na,
the healthy
Lord.
meal.
For the healthy meal, very healthy. Yes. But yeah, dried fish. So for you, you've never tried? I thought that I actually let you try.
No, I don't think so.
Or you've blocked it from your memory.
Maybe. The smell obviously is very interesting to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it has bones. Like you just eat it whole, which is interesting, but not in a way that I'd like to try it. And yeah, it's seafood, which is I'm not a very seafood person. So
Oh my God.
Actually,
That's
So
very
like
tragic.
Nick.
funny
Yes.
tidbit, my other lola, I've
Uh-huh.
actually seen her ferment the buwad at sa balay by herself.
Wow.
Grandma Vita, love you. Lami kayo. It's
Uh-huh.
like authentic homegrown na buwad. Jud. Ibutang lang under the sun. Like
Uh-huh.
fermented.
Yes.
So, that was a
wow.
childhood memory, so yeah.
Did you ever learn to do that yourself? No.
All I do is
Uh-huh.
kaon lang. That's my job.
Kaon. Yeah, that
Kaon
was
ako.
your, and that's still your job. Yeah. Well, so no dried fish also for you, Claire?
I probably tried it and I don't remember if I liked it or not, so I can't say anything, but it's probably good.
Uh-huh. Well,
I feel
Well,
like it's
that-
also the smell for me.
the smell.
Yeah, but I would try it actually. Like,
Uh-huh.
because I don't remember trying it, so even if I tried it, I don't remember. I should try it again, right? But
I
Yeah.
also do want to mention that I'm not shaming anyone who likes this food. I know it's a me problem. I'm very picky with food. I don't like to be like adventurous that way.
But there was a time when I'm like cooking my buwad at home. And they're like, of course they complain about the smell, right? And I'm
because
like,
I was
Smell.
Your-
Very strong.
yes. And let's just say we're all at home, and maybe we shouldn't be discussing this on air, but I'm like, you shouldn't be like saying that to my food. You have to respect my food. I love my food. But anyway, Chandler, there's a message for you. Your dinner later will be buwad and ginamos.
Yeah, buwad ang ginamos.
Yes.
Ampalaya.
Ampalaya. Ada ampalaya. Yes, that would be great. Oh my God, I should be joining you later then.
Is that
Yes.
Tita Kirsten?
Yes. Say hi.
Guys, can we go to
like
phase
it,
2?
Yes.
my
We'll
God.
probably be all going home together.
not mention
and-
our address.
Yes, go to one of our family homes and then we'll eat there. Yes. Anyway, how about let's play a little game right now. I'm going to mention something that's distinctly Filipino. Tell me if it's something you grew up with, something you had to explain to your non-Filipino friends, or something you still do today. Anyway, for those who are listening, this is Up Next. You're listening to TMC 105.1, and we're here at Tops, Cebu City, Philippines. My God, it's a really beautiful view from where we're sitting.
Cebu is truly my favorite place in the Philippines. No,
Yeah.
No glazing.
It truly is.
Yeah, that's why you come home all the time, right? Or as much as you can. Yeah. So I'm here with my daughter Shifra and my cousins Chandler, Isa, and Claire. And we're now going to play this little game. And of course, I'm going to mention something that's distinctly Filipino. And they're just going to, we'll just talk about it anyway. You'll understand. So let's go first to our home and everyday life. Okay. This is probably something like, see, I'll just mention it anyway. Tabo.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes. I have one in my shower in America.
Yes.
I actually like to use the tabo.
Tabo, yes.
Tabo.
Shifra, do you have one in your bathroom?
Not right now, but I remember the first time.
And
I had like a yaya.
was it first love?
No. I had a yaya who would shower me when I was like 7 years old, and like when the first time I tried it, when I put the bucket or like the dipper over my head,
Yes.
it fell to the floor. It didn't even hit my head.
Yeah. So
So,
there's
yeah.
actually a technique. And
Yeah.
we just think that, it's so natural. You can just do it. You do have that also, Chandler?
When I'm in Cebu, yes, I like to use the tabo.
So not in Singapore or not in New York.
But I
Now,
don't
in
really
New York
use it.
now, I ask my mom to get a pail. Kay ganahan ko. Kay the water pressure in New York,
Yeah.
like in Singapore, you can adjust the water pressure of the shower head, but in New
Uh-huh.
York, it's fixed in America. So di kayo nindot. So sometimes when the water, like
You
I
can
don't.
get one that changes.
Yeah.
You can just buy one.
All right.
Something you have to purchase when you get there.
I like to use the tabo. Yep.
Yeah. You're in love with the tabo, Claire? Yes, no.
Yes, I was really sad when I was in Shishi's bathroom because I actually when 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 I'm in Cebu, I enjoy showering with a tabo because it's more, I don't know.
A dipper, yes. Kana. Tabo, good.
Yeah.
Sabi tao, what's the proper way to say it? I'm asking Raf,
Middleman.
our guy here at TMC who helps us with our show. Tabo ba? Yeah, tabo. Tabo. Yes. Okay. The dip, we call it the dipper. Oh, ira
Bucket
kayo.
and zipper.
Bucket and tabo. Oh,
Tabo.
yeah. So,
Taho.
so maybe
Taho
Shifra, you
man.
should buy one.
Please,
Yes,
please.
I've been meaning
please.
to. I'm sorry. You know
Please.
why?
That's my favorite part
You
about
know-
going to the Philippines.
You know why? My bucket was old and rusty, and I wanted to get like a brand new, shiny, like pink bucket or something, and we haven't done that.
Okay, then go get a pink and shiny
But
bucket and tabo.
the one that's in my shower in Jersey is actually for my grandma there, my dad's,
Uh-huh.
my Lola, because even though there's like a shower, she'll use the tabo. I think she's just comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm. And so it's for her, but you use it anyway.
Well, I don't really.
Oh, you
It's
don't?
just there.
I
It's just
always
there.
use Sabi's tabo when I visit. I'm
Oh,
always
You
using-
really?
Yeah, it's green color tabo hanging it there. So I take it out and I throw
Oh
it.
my
Yeah,
God.
You can't
There.
adjust the water
Proof
pressure.
it's there.
I suppose when it's there and it's available, it's as if it's available for everyone, right? No
Yeah,
one really owns it.
true.
It's like a communal tabo.
Also, it's not something that's only Filipino actually. Like
Really?
when I've talked to my like international friends, like it's very common in Africa and other places. Yeah.
So like okay, and in areas in Africa, yeah. But it's not European at all, and I don't think it's also
European.
American. No?
It's not American.
Yeah.
It might be
I
South
think
America.
Americans
maybe.
prefer to use tissues only.
Oy, lahi na. We're not
That is
talking
very
about the
different.
shower.
That is very different.
Apologize to all Americans.
Namaste.
watching.
What is it called?
But I think I know what. So yeah, let's add tissue or water.
No, what is it called? Bidet.
Yes,
Bidet.
bidet.
Now that's very well. You see in
Very
Europe
nice.
the bidet, especially in France, that's different.
Yeah.
It's something you sit on, and it has its own water thing. But here you have that gun. We call that water.
Water
It's like
gun.
water gun. Yes, and that's become very popular here in the Philippines. So most homes have them. Even the public toilets have them. The
them, yeah.
malls would provide them, which I guess is it's part of our culture. We
Clean butts.
thank
Sorry.
you. Yes, I agree. But how come during the pandemic? I know. I think that was also in the U.S. when there was
Yeah.
like a shortage.
I
of-
should correct that it's
tissue.
not a preference. It's a matter of it's just not common there.
Accessibility.
Accessibility.
Uh-huh.
It's really not a thing there, and people that have it are more privileged. Like it's
Oh.
more like, yeah, it's harder to access. And whereas like I know here and like in Singapore, it's just normal.
But if you
Yeah.
have no bidet, you can use the shower head to wash your butt.
But yeah, but
But,
no one's got the time
I
for
think
that.
it's the
so-
culture differences where America just likes to use tissues.
No, we don't like. I don't like it. It's I also have a bidet in my.
There's
Yeah.
there's the middle ground. There's wet wipes. Just
Yes,
use
wet wipes. The middle
Yes.
wipes.
Okay, let's get out of the toilet. Yes, and let's go to the kitchen. So, rice at every meal.
No.
Yes.
Depends on the food.
Hell yes.
Depends on the food.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Like for me, I really grew up like rice with every meal. Even like in America, you can't get like McDonald's and KFC. Like there's no rice. You can't get rice there.
Yeah.
So we just have a rice cooker that's always
Yeah.
like 4 cups of rice every day.
I think
Every
that's true.
day.
Rice 99% of
Most
the
of the time, yeah.
And-
And I have one in my dorm.
So,
but,
1 out
yeah.
of 4 here. So, 25% says no. 75 says yes. So, Shifra, it's a no for you.
Yeah.
But for the rest of you, it's a yes. Rice at every meal. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna judge you, love. We live in the same home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also agree.
No, because
Yeah.
the thing is, I'm picky. Well, no. First of all, in France, I didn't have rice at every meal. When we moved here, I was like, oh, rice, interesting. Oh, rice again, interesting. Oh, rice again. Oh my god. And I was like, are we gonna eat rice every day? And then it's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh. So like, I was like, okay, that's interesting. I think it's only like after I graduated from elementary that I kind of started to appreciate it more, which is like,
Mhm.
how many years? Like 6 years that it took me to kind of get used to it. But I think part of it is I'm also very picky, so I like my rice to be soft and fluffy and not overly cooked and not overcooked and not undercooked. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I guess it's the fault of your mother.
maybe.
Yeah, well, to the listeners, that's actually me. So no need to bash me or anything. Yeah, I think I also never really like learned to cook proper Filipino food because when I started cooking, it was already there in France. So I was so adapted to what I was like, what I was gonna say what normal French people cook, you know, and that's not based on preference actually for me because I love Filipino food. I love rice every meal, but it's also more of the ingredients that I enjoyed working with in terms of cooking. So, but yeah, I also agree. Shifra's a picky eater, and that's just how it is, right? So, how about shoes off before entering the house?
Yes.
Yes.
Always barefoot, actually.
Uh
Like,
huh.
not just shoes, like barefoot in the house.
Wow.
Barefoot, but yeah, barefoot.
Kuya Chandler has these really, really weird barefoot shoes that I hate. They
That's not related.
No.
Shoes.
I,
Barefoot shoes.
I'll-
How
Ate.
does that
I'll show it
work?
Ate, it is so weird. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
this is not related, but you said Kuya Chandler said barefoot, and it made me
Yes.
think about his obsession with these shoes. They're basically like your they're shoes, yes, and there's bottoms to them, but it's like molded to your feet. Like, look, she's gonna show
Okay.
you a photo.
So Shifra's showing me a photo of. Oh my God.
No, mine looks better. That's from Google. My barefoot shoes are Vibram 5 fingers, very good for your feet scientifically, and Aura.
Well,
Basically.
okay. I will trust science.
In his defense, I actually want some.
I think it's
Yeah.
just supposed to
Cheating was
correct because modern toe
Mhm.
boxes and shoes are like too tight for your toes, so they're
Mhm.
not actually able to be
So your
like
toes are like this.
Yeah,
When you wear
and-
closed
yeah.
shoes. When you wear the barefoot shoes, they go back to their natural
Right,
thing
like
that, you
how
know,
your
toes.
feet are
Filipino
supposed to be.
culture, yes.
Is
The
that
thing is-
Filipino?
For Filipinos,
that
we
wasn't related.
wear
Slippers.
slippers,
Yeah.
right? And we say slippers or the jandals or the tongs or whatever. It depends where you're from. And then I actually thought that was a common, like, that's a regular thing everywhere in the world. But then I found out that it's not. People wear shoes inside their homes. And
You guys can speak
I think
about
in
that.
Singapore, people are
Mhm.
barefoot in their house. They don't wear house slippers. They are barefoot.
because I
Yeah.
guess because that's still an Asian country. So maybe it's such an Asian or a Chinese
Yeah,
practice.
it's very, but
Yes.
like when I go to like my white friend's house, like I'll still take my shoes off just out of like, cause I think it's crazy to not like there's some things that stick with me like calling my partner's mom just their first name. It's
Yes.
kind of like
yes.
like I know it's your preference what you want me to call you, but is there anything else I can call you? Yeah.
Mr. or Mrs.
Yeah. Like,
But they'll insist. I mean,
yeah, they
look
will
at,
insist. it's
Look
true.
at you. You call me
Ate.
ate,
Yeah.
or
that's
you
fine.
know, and yet, how do you call my husband?
Oh yeah. Well, we asked him,
And he
said
would say
wants,
just yeah,
wants
he just wants
Kuya.
to be called by his first name.
Kuya
It's
name.
really about the culture.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But I
Okay.
guess there's still respect, in calling people by their first name if that's their culture. It's the way you say their
Yeah.
name, the way the tone, the way you communicate with them. So, but for Filipinos, we are so attached to the titles or
Tita.
how that. So yeah, I guess that was something that I was gonna ask later. But is that like so in the US you'd be calling your friends parents by their first name?
Yeah. Well, it really like I will
Mhm.
wait as long as possible to find out how to address them. Like, but I'll ask normally because I don't
Mhm.
want to just call someone. Like,
But for Filipino friends, automatically you go tita
yeah,
and tito.
Yeah, but I don't really have.
You don't have.
I mean, I do.
yes.
I haven't met their parents though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not yet at that level. How about
Yeah.
you, Chandler? In I was
I
gonna say
think
China.
from-
No, in Singapore.
Singapore is not part of China.
I know. Yeah. Correct me. Yes.
I think for me, it's the same because sa Philippines, ultiman ta tita, tito, ate, kuya. But in Singapore, it's that we don't call people by first name as well. For example, we say auntie,
Auntie.
uncle,
It's more of auntie and uncle.
auntie,
Yeah.
uncle, 帅哥。如果你懂我在讲什么，那可以啊。可是他们叫我帅哥，如果我吃饭。
Yes, I agree.
Oh, you agree? Thank you. That's right. Okay.
Oh my God, I
Okay,
didn't
so-
even
okay, thank you, thank you. Okay,
I
but
don't even understand what I agreed to.
basically, it's still weird to call people by their first name there. So we say auntie, uncle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the similar to tita and tito.
Aha.
And bro. Yeah.
Bro.
Like we have bro. Yeah.
Yes. So how about saving plastic bags? You know when we go to
Yes.
here in the Philippines, we go to the grocery where we do our groceries and they still give you plastic bags, right? Instead of you bringing your own bag. Well, there are also malls that encourage you to bring your own eco bag, but usually they still have the plastic bags. Do you actually save?
I do that in my dorm. I have a pile in the corner of my room
Uh-huh.
that is just plastic bags and like random bags that I have for when I go shopping or like for the trash.
So you have the famous bag of bags, a plastic
Yes.
bag containing folded plastic bag.
folded in the
Yes,
triangle
I was taught how to
shape.
fold it in
Yes.
a triangle.
Triangle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yes.
do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. No. So yeah, we have that collection. So obviously we do that wherever we are in the world, but it's also good for environment.
Mhm.
So yes, Shifra, you want to disagree. Come on.
I mean, ours is from the supermarket, so maybe it's not very environmentally friendly.
But at least it's not single use.
Okay, it's
I-
just
I-
double use.
Double.
Yeah.
Well, they have a double life, whatever. But I guess we try to be helpful to the environment as much as we can by I guess we feel that that's one step in and not like whatever killing the environment. But anyway, yeah, if any of you actually do those triangles, the folding, I mean, I don't know who started that.
I don't know.
I'm sure there was one person who started that and everyone just followed. But I don't know if you actually.
It's someone who folds the Philippine flag. for
I was
sure.
gonna say.
Oh yeah, it's very similar.
Yes, it's and but it's like when you do it, it becomes like meditative, and then at the same time, it's like you have to do it in proper order. You know.
Si
It's-
lapu-lapu ata.
Okay, wala pa by plastic at that time. I don't know, but
I hope
anyway,
not.
naa siguro mga tao. Anyway, this one, this happened actually. Funnily, this happened like 3 weeks ago at home. Ice cream container that actually contains fish or leftovers.
Aw.
Were you ever disappointed opening one?
Disappointed is the wrong word.
What is the word?
I was shocked. Oh my god. Like, I was. Because the thing is, in our house, it's just my mom, my dad, and me. But recently, my grandmother and my grandfather has been living with us. So, of course, she's brought her own habits to the house, which is fine.
Hi, Mama.
She calling out her whole family.
And one of them being, a chicken, a raw, very voluptuous chicken in the ice cream container. I was so short because in our whole household that would never happen. Like if I went to my relative's place, I could expect that, but at home I was not expecting that, and I was disappointed, and I think that also happened to my dad.
Yeah, because because we bought ice cream, right? And then so you're expecting that all the containers, the ice cream gallons that are in the freezer would contain ice cream in them, right?
Yeah.
So we were like excited to like have some ice cream, and then he opened it and it's like oh my god, what happened?
Yeah.
But we left it anyway because it's like, yeah, this is happening at home. Yeah. How about you, Claire?
I noticed I was in like our grandma's house, right? There's near the kitchen, there's just like maybe like 15 boxes or like of like the ice cream.
15?
Yes, it's just stacked up. It's near the kitchen, and I was
Uh-huh.
always curious. I was like, what's inside? And then I saw a video recently that was talking about this. It was like guessing what is inside the ice cream. Is it actually ice cream or is it fish?
So you have to guess.
Yeah, you have to guess.
Uh-huh.
But I'm so curious. I'm like, are they just using that as like containers or is it just there?
Another
There's so
way
many.
of helping the environment, you know? And I think Filipinos also love to save, you know?
Containers.
Oh, maybe this can still be useful.
Save money.
Why throw it away?
Poverty mindset.
Save.
And I think your mom just even confirmed here, Isa, in the comments. She does the triangle way of folding the plastic bags.
Yes. She does.
Yeah. But we tend to we think that, oh, there's still, there's still use for this. We don't want to throw it away. Yes, it's the container of the ice cream which we've already consumed, but maybe it still has a life after ice cream. Yeah,
Very relatable.
and they do. That's why many Filipino homes will have them instead of purchasing Tupperware or plasticwares and all of that, right?
That's only happened to me so occasionally that the first time it ever happened to me, I was so shocked and angry and sad. I
Wow,
was craving ice
shocked?
cream.
Angry, sad,
I was-
three emotions.
I was craving ice cream. I opened the freezer. There's only one. So, okay,
Uh-huh.
one. If there was 15, okay, that's sus. But one, okay, that has to be ice cream. Okay, I'm gonna eat it straight from the container.
Yes.
I have the spoon. Unsa man ni? Ay. If I recall correctly, it was fish.
It was fish.
Yeah, and not ice
And
cream.
definitely not cooked, right?
Not cooked.
That's raw.
Not cooked.
Yeah.
We don't really do that though. I've never discovered ice cream in our house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it was like fish. Like it's normally ice cream.
It's normally
So,
ice
yeah.
cream. So you have not yet been disappointed.
Oh,
that
not
has-
yet.
Not
no.
yet.
That never happened.
Oh.
You deserve ice cream when you're craving it.
Oh. Well, Charlene Villuve. Hi, Charles. She's actually saying that there's lots of hoarding in a Filipino home. Now,
True.
Charlene is, Charlene's dad was French and her mom is Filipino. So she understands this life, firsthand. Hi, Charles. Thanks for listening.
I think also with the hoarding thing,
Yes.
because
Hoarding na gyud ni ha, dili ra ni
Yeah.
siya saving.
I also have like artist mentality where one of my majors is art, and like I'll keep scraps because in my head I'm like, I have an idea for this, like I'm gonna create a project or something, and then I never
Yes.
get to it, and it's just sitting in my
Maybe next month. Maybe
Tomorrow.
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess we have that kind of thinking, and in a way it's good, but it can also be too much.
I think I'm also slightly a bit of a hoarder because I'm very sentimental. Sentimentality.
Oh, that I
think-
understand.
yes, that makes
That's
sense.
probably why I hoard a bit.
A bit.
Okay.
Okay. But isn't that, mostly it's I hope it's about family, Chandler.
Of course, it's about
Okay.
family and friends.
Okay, yeah, family and friends. I totally understand that. I mean, there are certain things that maybe Shifra and Freya are willing to let go. I'm the one who's not willing. And then there's probably things that I'm willing to let go, but my mom's not willing, and there's always a story to the things that we have. And emotions will always prevail before we allow sensibility.
I have
So.
a story related to that.
Go share.
So my parents,
Yes.
when they were younger, they used to send each other like letters because they were long distance, Philippines and America. So that my mom has kept all her letters, but we don't know where my dad's letters from mom are.
Oh my god!
But she has all the ones from him, and so like I've.
So you've
never-
read them?
I've read some of them.
Oh, okay.
AG ones, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Very
Yes.
What's funny is I remember like Tito Fries would get shy if we
Tito
would.
Fries is Isa's dad.
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh yeah. Sorry. He would get shy if we would read it. Like it was kind of funny.
Now we're telling everyone.
And there's even a fun fact about your parents and Tops.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? I'm not gonna be the one to say it. I'm not
Okay.
gonna. You be the one to say it. Oh my god!
You guys are overhyping this. It's a very cute.
It's very
It is
It's
very cute. That's why I don't want to be the one to
Yeah.
say it.
I
It
don't
has to
know
be
the full
hers
story.
but anyway, the idea. Anyway, I'm not gonna say much of it because it's your story. It's going to be nice coming
Yeah.
from you.
my parents, when my dad was here in Cebu and they were like first dating, I actually don't know how long, maybe 1 year in,
It was young.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they
long
went
already.
to Tops and they had their first kiss at one of the caves. Yeah, but I don't actually know what it used to look
We
like.
should
so.
guess which cave it was. Yes. They don't have the covers now, but they're still there. The walls are still there, and if those walls could speak, they would tell us what really
I'm sure there's
happened.
been many kisses there.
I'm sure. I mean, Tops is a
Not
really
just kisses.
special place for so many people, not just Cebuanos, for so many tourists as well. And now it's going to be something very special to me too, because I've had this chance to speak to you on air here at Tops, and we're having fun. And who would have guessed that they're my cousins, first degree cousins? They're not my nieces and nephew, and of course, my daughter Shifra here. So this is quite a young group. We are a very young group.
Thank you so much, Ate Sarah, for
We're all
inviting.
Ah.
Thank you so much for inviting me to the radio.
But we're not yet
Yeah.
done, okay? We still have
I don't think I've ruined my
time.
digital footprint yet, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
Not
No,
yet.
Not ever.
Yeah, well, I don't think you'll do that anyway.
we'll stop
We love
here.
you.
Yes.
I love you guys too.
So we're still playing this game. So for those who just tuned in, we're playing a game of how, I'm going to say something that's very Filipino, and they're going to share their experience with that something. Okay. So the last one that we talked about was the ice cream tub, empty. Well, filled not with ice cream, but with frozen products, fish or chicken or something else, even pork or whatever, just not the ice cream. So how about using a spoon and fork instead of a knife and fork?
Me.
Wait.
Okay.
What? That's different?
I was okay.
Claire. Yes, that's different.
I just realized that's sorry.
For context, so I was born in France, and then when I found out that we were gonna move here, one of the things my mom said was, "Oh, by the way, we use fork and spoon there. We don't use fork and knives like we do here." And I was like, "How would that work? Like, how are you gonna cut your food?" And she got her spoon, and she got her fork, and she cooked her fork, and she got her spoon, and she cut the food with the spoon. And I was like 5 years old. I was genuinely so blown away. I was like, wait, spoons can like do more than like hold soup and stuff. So yeah, that.
Yes. So that was magical.
Yes, it was. Because
Because
you guys probably grew up, like
We
eating
grew up
rice
doing
every
it.
day.
We grew up with the fork and
So-
spoon. She just realized just now that it's Filipino.
It was, or like it's Asian. Yeah, I found
Yeah.
it so crazy. Like I was like, whoa, spoon do more than just spoon
Spoon
stuff.
do more than spoon.
and knife.
Spoon do knife.
What spoon can knife? Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess you actually struggled at the beginning when we started just using spoon and fork here in the Philippines, because you were still using, you were actually using spoon as a literal substitute to the knife. So yes, I mean Chandler is actually miming, how you do it, and yes, so. It was cute in a way because, kids are always cute until they aren't anymore. But it was actually very cute, seeing them trying and struggling and then eventually learning. So when you've learned, you actually forget how difficult it was at the beginning. It becomes so part of you. It becomes so natural. Yeah. So you didn't know that was a thing, Claire?
No, I was okay. Like, I
Mhm.
eat with I can eat with a fork and a knife, and I can eat with a fork and a spoon. But I didn't know that was like different. So that's really funny. I just thought that like the majority of people would use a fork and a spoon.
So
that's
you've learned
new.
something.
I just learned something new.
Yeah.
Can I just say the best way to eat is using chopsticks?
Using your
yes.
hands.
Chopsticks is
No,
the goat
okay, wait,
of
but
eating.
Filipino, like what I associate with Filipinos is actually eating with the hands.
Yes.
Oh, chopsticks
I
are eating with
agree.
your
Wait,
hands.
what's the name
Those
for
are the
that?
two
There's
I
a
also
word-
agree.
yeah.
Kamot.
Kamot.
Yeah.
Kinamot?
Yeah,
Kinamot.
Yes.
that.
But
Ah.
like I actually agree with Chandler. Chopsticks are so versatile. You cook with them, you eat with them, you can cut with them.
Yes, that's
very
true.
versatile. But
But-
also hands.
Frey is listening to us right now.
Hi, Frey. Shout out.
We mentioned you.
I love you,
earlier.
Frey. I miss you.
Aw, she should be here.
Yeah, she should be here.
Pull up the tops right now.
Yes.
Hike daw.
We'll wait for you. Yeah. Yes.
Hiking
So-
ta, Frey.
Yeah. So yes, what were we talking about? Spoon and fork.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And how that's actually, in other countries that's quite not normal. Hi to Casey, Kesoy Enchilada.
Casey!
Hi, Kuya Casey.
For
That's my
him-
brother.
For him,
Papi's
kinamot
brother.
is the way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Casey?
kinamot.
Yes.
See, Casey,
I've
your
watched-
brother
yeah.
is in Cavite right now, and you're listening right now from Cavite. Well, is that Cavite City? Nagpataka niya ako.
Das Marinas ata.
Yeah, okay. Hi, Case. We miss you.
Cavite.
Yeah, this would have been a really good conversation with you. Maybe
you,
next
Casey.
It's
time.
already a good conversation.
It's already a good conversation without you. Yes. But anyway, we talk about the blessed earlier. And then we also call our older people, people older than us. Tito, tita, auntie, uncle, even when they're not even related to us by blood. The po and opo, kanina, I caught you saying po, Chandler. But in Cebu, we don't really use that in our language. Cebuanos don't use po and opo. It's more of a Luzon thing,
I
a
use
Tagalog
that when
thing.
I meet my Tagalog friends' parents.
True.
Aha.
Pero
Yeah.
sa Cebu, hindi kayo. Blessed lang. Blessed.
Yes, because in Cebu, it's not part of our language.
Bitaw.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we're disrespectful, please.
Yeah.
It's just that it's not part of our language.
Not part of
And
our
in fact, there are even people who find it they find it uncomfortable when someone speaks Cebuano and adds like po and opo.
Bye
For
lang, do. Bye. Yeah,
But
yeah,
for
yeah.
some reason, but I guess because universally that's known to be a sign of respect here. Universally kaayo ha. In other words, for Filipinos ba, no? You say po and opo, and there are people who actually like talk to me and they add that, and I feel like, oh my God, am I that old that you have to say po and opo to me? Well, maybe I am, but still.
They're just extra respectful.
Extra respectful is
respectful.
the term.
Po.
Yeah. How about pasalubong?
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah.
Why, Claire?
So I traveled here with Tita Haiti, her mom, and at the Sabi.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry.
I love you, Tita Hates. There were so much. Tita Haiti is so generous that the
Uh-huh.
majority of her suitcases were just full of pasalubong.
How
Like,
many suitcases was that? How many?
They have like 10 suitcases.
I
right
think it's
now.
like
It might be more than I have.
it might be like 5, and
Just for pasalubong?
Just for
yes, and then her clothes are like spread out in between, but the majority, the majority, it's pasalubong.
Oh my
She's a very generous
God.
person. I love you, Tita Hates.
Yes,
Love you,
very
Tita Edie.
generous.
Love you, Mom.
Uh-huh. And my God, but that is a Filipino thing. And I do remember when I was touring with the group of artists doing Siddhartha the musical around different countries. You actually watched us perform in Singapore, right, Chandler?
Yes.
Um,
Very good. Siddhartha.
So one of the things that became an issue, like most of the time, is baggage allowance, because they will, and it's actually a very nice and beautiful trait to be generous and to think of your loved ones, but their suitcases will be full of pasalubong. And and they have a list, and it's always like but it becomes a problem because obviously there's a limit to our baggage allowance, and I think in the end it's like we always have to add and pay for the extra weight. That's generosity, and many I believe OFWs, so that's our overseas Filipino workers, even think of sending balikbayan boxes like regularly, and yes, that's so big on generosity.
Family oriented.
Yes.
Filipino hospitality.
Now, Julianne Reyes. Hi, Julianne. She's saying, KD and Clona Mascarinia. So this is a comment for your mom, Isa. Pasalubang. OM, gosh. 10 suitcases. Wow. Yes.
I don't know if it's 10.
That's not even an exaggeration. And they said, okay, Freya, what's balikbayan box but reversed?
When you ship it out from the
Ex-
Philippines.
so-
exporting.
Oh, yeah, well,
Immigration.
anyway, yes. Who else are listening right now? Well, Judy. Hi, Judy. So you watched Ang Kawatan
Yes.
at the Cavilion Center. So
Very
Judy
good.
was the actor who
Anna.
who was Anna in Ang
Oh,
Kawatan.
yeah, you did a
Saying
good
hi to the family. You guys are so cute. Sending love.
you.
Aw, so we're sending love back. Lots of love back. Who did I miss? I don't really want to miss anyone. Oh, there's a comment from earlier from Marcus Arcilia. Is there any good massage place in Cebu? Now, I don't know why you're asking us about this, but I am big on massages, like I love going to the spa and all that. That's probably my bistro, my vice. And then, Yelin Lim.
Limerelin, yes.
Yelin?
Oh yeah, so there are
Hello,
good places.
Chandler.
Memo.
Hi, Lin. Hi,
Oui.
Lin. See you soon, bro. See you soon.
They're good places, yes, Shishi.
Yeah, you didn't mention.
I'm not gonna mention them.
Okay.
Okay. It's not that I'm gatekeeping. It's just that, yeah.
Massage place?
Yes,
Uh,
there's so many.
I will give Chiva Spa and Tree Shade Spa. I don't
Tree
know.
shade, I love. Okay, I mentioned you anyway. Yes,
Chiva, Tree
especially
Shade.
the fact
Yes.
that it's 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours.
And they're very consistent with their service. And we have it in the Philippines. We call it hilot, no?
Mm.
Or
Yeah,
in
hilot.
Cebu, hilot.
Yeah.
You say it's like, oh, it's different from the usual. It's like Thailand have their Thai massage and all that. It's like, what is Filipino? They
Thai
say
massage.
hilot. Yes. Hi also to Zachary, Joseph, and Klona.
Yo, Zuck!
Yeah, I don't know what this
Hello.
message was about, Zach, but he was saying just have a little faith, Tito Chandler.
Oh,
Thank you, Zach. Yeah.
Hi to Mario Alcoriza.
Hello.
Sending you love there in Zamboanga City. Yes. And Kirk Cortez is talking about
Maybe yes.
spaghetti and rice. Yeah, weird combination, but very Filipino.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But do you do that as well?
No. Sorry.
Pancit
Oh my
Canton, Lucky Me should only be with Pancit Canton, no rice. Lucky Me, Pancit
okay.
Canton.
I agree though.
Scandalous. Spaghetti, rice.
Spaghetti, also no rice.
Like even if it's sweet Filipino spaghetti, don't give me rice. I'm fine with that.
Mhm. Yeah, to each his preference. But anyway, let's go back to the game. What pag na human, you
Oh,
know?
okay.
So we ended with pasalubong. Now let's go to food. Just, I don't know, maybe say yes or no. Earlier, Shifra, you mentioned ketchup. Banana
Yes.
ketchup.
No.
Yes, halang.
No. Depends.
Yes. Yes.
Depends.
Yeah?
Mm.
No, not for you.
I have American
You love
Yes,
friends
all
that
those.
like it more than I like it.
Yes. But you know the story of the banana ketchup?
It's cheaper
Yeah,
than
it
tomatoes.
was-
No, but like it's really Filipino and how it was created. But this was just something that I actually
It was-
saw
yeah.
online. Yeah, share.
Well,
Isa.
I think it was like they wanted to like replicate like the tomato sauce, but
Yes.
there's no access to that, so they just use what's accessible. So
And it was
and it
bananas
was
at that time.
bananas.
Yeah.
banana ketchup.
Yeah, so
born out of-
Filipino lady.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then it became a big enterprise. So
Banana
now everyone has banana ketchup. And now that, like you've mentioned it, we don't really, us personally, well, because growing up, I've always loved tomato ketchup, okay? Not banana.
Thank you.
Yes, but I think my dad likes banana ketchup.
He does.
And so we have a jar at home. Yes.
Philippines, you need to get chili sauce. Every restaurant has to have chili sauce. Chili sauce.
Yeah,
not,
I
not hot
agree.
sauce, not Tabasco. Chili
I
sauce.
agree. But also
I agree,
Tabasco,
actually.
yes.
Tabasco
My mom
is
used to.
good, but like
My
chili
mom-
sauce that's like tomato ketchup pero chili sauce kana na texture. Like every restaurant, you
Yeah.
guys need some chili sauce, please.
When Mama used
Halang.
to bring Tabasco, even your mom, Auntie Heidi, Auntie
Yeah, she loves
Hazel, I think
Tabasco.
they bring in their bag. And so when
Yeah.
we go
I also do
out,
that.
we go to a restaurant and there's like, Tabasco in the bag. Okay, I don't do that, but I love Tabasco. Yes. If only they will sponsor. A year-long supply. Yes, please. Shom. How about spaghetti with sweet sauce?
No.
The Filipino style spaghetti.
It
It's good. It's
depends.
good.
I'm sorry, I really, really don't like Filipino spaghetti.
You don't
Unless
like
it's Jollibee.
I think just make sure you don't
it's not pasta and it's not close to like real like it is its own thing. It's like
tastes
Filipino
good.
spaghetti.
That's what matters. It tastes good. Lame.
My Vietnamese friends love it more than I do. They'll literally go to Jollibee just for that, and then when we go back home.
But that's true. It's not considered pasta. It's
For me, it's like fast food. It's like I'll have a
It
random
is.
craving at 3 a.m. for it, but it's not something I consistently like.
But I also, agree. Like, if I were to make it at home, I'm not gonna be doing the sweet spaghetti or
you should try
Filipino
my
styles.
mom's. My mom mixes like like Italian and Filipino, and it tastes like very different.
Okay,
Yeah,
hint.
It's really good.
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah.
But I also agree with like who mentions Jollibee? Yeah.
Yes.
I
I think
do
that's why
eat
they
the
consider it a
sweet.
snack or a side dish because it's
Mhm.
sweet. It's not. They don't eat it like
Mhm.
European people.
And they have hot dogs, which you don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
find
True.
in proper spaghetti.
Philippine
um,
hot dogs.
But yes, and for some reason, it's just something that we like, and yet we say, oh, we don't like the sweet sauce. But anyway, balot.
Yes.
Remember you said you can try it. You can try it, but there's an exception.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, balut.
That's
No
your number 2 exception. Why? How many exceptions
Remember
did I
the
say?
first
She's very
one
picky.
was fried dried fish.
Yes,
Balut is the second one. Please, no, thank you.
but have you tried it?
No, exactly. That's the exception. I don't have to try it.
Oh
Yes,
my
you do. It tastes
God,
good.
It has to
Oh.
be the Pinoy or 3 weeks old, not the kanang 10 weeks old.
The
It has to
pen-
You
Pinoy.
don't want to
Pinoy
see
or
the
3 weeks.
feathers.
Kay, if mukhaan ko balot, I have to close my eyes.
I close
I'll
my
look the chicken
eyes
right
and
in the
then-
eyes.
There are
I'll eat it.
textures. When you eat egg,
Yes,
there's
here's my thing.
textures
Here's my thing.
that are
You'll eat
supposed to be
egg
there.
and you'll
Uh-huh.
eat chicken. You won't eat in between. What's the difference?
The difference.
I have to look at its face.
You look at a chicken's face.
Close-
This is so annoying to me. Like,
Close your
just
eyes
eat
when
it.
you eat
Just
balut.
eat
It's
it.
okay.
No, I have to look at their frail little body, and then I'm gonna
ever eaten
digest
fish?
it.
After
Fish
you drink
with
the
the
soup
face,
of the
it's the
balut,
same.
you just put the whole
Lechon,
balut
you've
in
had
your egg.
lechon with its face. It's the same.
I don't eat lechon.
Okay.
Your fried chicken has a face.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
But that's why
Can I-
we say this.
Can I say
Yes.
something?
Go.
We save the children, and the adult chickens can
Shishi,
be
if you don't-
fried.
If you don't introduce your child at a young age, they will become like.
I do
They
agree.
won't like it
That
when
is
they're
so
older.
my fault. That
It
is
is-
really my fault.
Sorry.
But I think that there's also a technique in eating balot. One,
think-
that's why they do it in the evening
I think
because
if
it's
you,
dark.
I
don't
think
see it.
if it requires a technique, then maybe no.
No, that's
Every
why
food has a technique.
they sell it in the streets in the evening and it's dark, so you don't really see. You can be a hypocrite. You don't have to see what's there. You
Don't
just
see
eat
its
it.
Crying face.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm an empath. Leave
Uh-huh.
me alone. I don't want to see the dead baby.
We're all
child.
empaths
I
here.
think it's hypocritical.
Okay.
Just she.
It is.
Be a vegetarian then she.
I almost did once. Okay.
Yeah, almost. She did. Yeah.
I can see it for you. There's still time.
Yeah.
Oh, Tuslobuwa was
Yes.
mentioned
Yes,
actually.
Love
yes,
to
to
slobua.
slobua.
Yeah,
Tus-
that's from
yeah.
Zach.
Okay,
He
you
wants
stop.
to, or is that? Are you telling us, Zach, that you love Tuslobua, or
That he wants to be invited to.
You tried the
Tuslobua.
Tuslobua here in Templados, here in Tops.
No, I tried it.
There was that we
But I
had a
didn't go.
workshop at the
I didn't try
hostel.
it. I
Oh,
did
okay.
something
That
else.
was my first experience. For some reason, I'm so late with Tuslobua.
I ate it
I
before
loved
you.
it. Yes. I really loved it. I'm glad that was my first experience of Tuslobua.
I feel like Tuslobua, half of it is it's the experience. It's not really the food itself.
It tastes good.
But a lot of
And
it
I think it
is.
tastes good.
That's
tastes
why
good.
that's why the Filipino, the Filipino experience of
I just-
food is fun and memorable because it's about sharing it with family.
I just
Yeah.
like to share a short tidbit kay
Go.
ako. Bisan unsa ako jud kaon kay I'm
Oh
an
my God.
adventurous eater.
Yes.
And most of the time the food tastes nice. Pero,
Most of the time.
sorry
Okay.
kuya, nga no, arte man kayo kamukha ng food, Kuya Janos, kuya.
Kuya Janus.
My kuya does not eat suslabu. He doesn't want to eat suslabua. He doesn't want to eat lanchiao. He does not want to eat anything that's
okay. So
not
he can go
weird.
with Shifra.
So, yeah, I think you should just try as much food as you can. Kay
Yeah.
actually, lamit jud.
I
I
think
agree with
that's-
that.
yeah.
Go travel the world and
Yes.
eat the local food.
Yes.
And yeah, that's my take also.
Balut also. My kuya has not tried balut.
Yeah.
A lot of
He
food.
has not. Okay.
I love.
I think that there's going to be a list of like
We've
It wasn't
identified
you,
the
yeah, bro.
foodies and the picky.
Ah,
You know what?
yeah.
I will try balut as long as I'm in the dark. Turn the lights off. Turn the lights off. I'll eat it because it actually doesn't sound that bad. I just don't want to look at its face.
When
Yes.
when you bite into it, it's gonna be crunchy.
Oh my god.
No,
Never
what?
mind.
When
No.
it's 10 week old, when it's 10 weeks old, you're gonna feel textures that you're not supposed to feel.
Oh
when
yeah,
you're biting.
textures,
Well,
but the
yes, there's
crunchy.
texture, but not crunchy. He's lying. He's straight lying.
Yeah, that's like the
You just
eggshell.
don't want me to try it anymore. You're just like preying on my downfall.
You drink the soup and hold the soup in your mouth as you eat it.
You add salt.
Yeah, you add like flavoring
It
and
actually
salt.
tastes fine, balut.
It
it
tastes
tastes
good. Yeah.
I'm sure it does, but
Experience it.
you know,
Shifra's
it's like
making a
it's like
face.
when you say, "Well, why do you care what it looks like? It's gonna be all mushed up in your stomach." Like, I still don't want to eat mushed up food. That's
Everyone
why
eats
there's
chicken nuggets
plating.
here, right? Chicken nuggets. Go see the YouTube video about how they make
Yeah,
chicken
so,
nuggets.
like hot dog, whatever. Like
Hot dog.
everything is sus. Just eat it.
Oh my god.
Correct.
Yeah, well, yes, we are starting to have the appetite now. Well, hopefully,
true.
Shifra
No, I'm losing mine.
and Claire will try balut soon.
No.
But you know that there's, here in the Philippines, it's such a big deal to be able to eat at least 3 times a day.
Yes.
And that's like a very important thing for Filipinos. They usually say that, for as long as we can eat 3 times a day, then we are good. But, like eating 3 to 5 meals a day, I feel it's like it's not actually a thing abroad. No. So do you actually follow that?
Wait, can I also mention the first time I ate rice for breakfast, I was genuinely shocked. Like, I was at a sleepover.
You're so cute.
I was at a sleepover. I think I was like in grade 2, so I was like 8 years old, and I had this sleepover with my girlfriend. And they're like, "Come on, we're gonna have breakfast." And in my head, I was thinking pancakes, waffles, toast, like chocolate, sweet things. And yeah, and I was met with rice and corned beef, and that was
Yes, sir.
very shocking.
That's my favorite breakfast. Is you take either like hot dog or
Yes.
I don't know, any type of like leftover meat you have, and then cut it up with egg and then with rice and mix it and put like toyo, like, and then hot sauce.
Yes.
That's my breakfast.
Silugan ni Gian.
So silog.
Jollibee.
Yeah.
Tapsilog.
Oh my
Silog
God.
is also good.
So those are your go-to places when you come here. But I mean, there are so many things. We've just talked about food.
And also
you know.
champorado. Shout out.
Champorado,
I
yes.
love champorado.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of rice in the morning.
But I guess they're
She's
also
missing out.
Yeah.
maybe.
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 But as I said, well, her palate has to decide, But aside from food, there's so many celebrations. As we said, we start thinking of Christmas in September because it's the Burr months, and people even set up their Christmas trees as early as September 1. And that's the truth, that it's not something we made up. And then, of course, you have the fiestas, the karaoke.
Yes. You asked what are the cultures that are gonna stick with you.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't think of anything. I don't think I'm not a very like outgoing or performative person, as in like I don't sing and dance that much. But I'm going to
Shocking!
but I'm going to like give a microphone and like YouTube karaoke to my kids if I can. Because I
Uh-huh.
think it's so fun singing with the family.
Yes.
My friends know the number one thing I suggest if we hang out is karaoke. Let's go. Yeah. I just miss it.
And it is
whenever-
fun, right?
Yeah.
I think
so
it's
fun.
low-key like a skill to have good karaoke with people. Because there's some people when they karaoke, they just pick songs that they know so no one else can join in. So it's like it's like hosting, like it's like an art form, but it's like very low key and people don't know about it.
Karaoke, not KTV, karaoke.
Yes,
Not
Chandler.
KTV, guys.
Noted with thanks. Yes. Yeah. But yes, but that's actually a good thing. You say that hosting and that choose songs that other people will enjoy, or maybe you'd end up having like a chorus instead of a solo.
I have a story about. Do you
Yes.
remember when it was like all oldies, like because it was like our titas and titos, and then your Kuya Janus just randomly pulled out Rap God.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Why?
No, that's like what she's talking about, like kind of know your audience and then.
Nah. We do our own thing. We do our own thing.
Yeah.
It can be fun though.
But anyway, I'd like to go forward. Like, okay, if you decide, or if you ever have children in the future, what Filipino traditions would you want to pass on, or would you like them to, or values that you'd like to preserve, things that you'd like to teach them?
Okay. Firstly, I do not believe in having kids.
Okay.
However, should I have a kid, I think Filipino hospitality.
The Filipino
Yeah,
hospitality.
that's truly. I think that's quite unique Jud, to Filipinos, Jud, like being
Mhm.
very hospitable to whoever, like guests. Kay
Mhm.
other countries, they might not be like that. Other people, pero like Filipinos, even if di kayo mo kaila, they'll still be very hospitable to you. That's something I want to teach my if I have a kid.
Or if you have to take care of younger people. Yes.
Filipino
Yes, nieces,
hospitality.
nephews.
Very-
Yes. Isa?
I think to be like proud of being Filipino, like just to, because it's very easy to be like whitewashed or
Mhm.
like blend in so much that you kind of forget your roots, and just to remember, and go back to the Philippines like as often as you can.
How about you, Shifra?
Yeah, ironically, I don't think this is Filipino, but yeah, like what you said, like colorism. Like there's a lot of colorism here, and I'm very lucky because you, Mama, you always told me that I should, like, it was something to be nice, like proud of, like it's so funny because like light-skinned people, or like from what I've seen, people like in America, they try to be tan, but then Asians try to be white. So just be what you are.
Be who
About
you
that,
are.
like
Yeah.
I don't know about that thing about trying to be white sa puti sa Pilipinas. I don't really agree. If guapa ka, guapo ko. If you're guapo ko.
If you're guapa, guapo
If you're
ko.
bad, you're bad. If you're bad, you're bad.
If you're from America, stop
You don't have to
using tanning beds. It's like guaranteed like cancer. Like stop using it. Stop trying sitting in the sun for like 9 hours at the beach with no sunscreen. Use sunscreen. That's my PSA.
So basically, Shifra, you're trying to say that we have to be proud of our color,
Yes.
and basically of who we are, how we look like, because it's not just about color as well. I think that Filipinos, we might not have a singular look because of our history and the different tribes and all that, but we are distinctly Filipino, and we can be mistaken as other nationalities. It can be Latino, even other Asian nationalities, but in the end, we are Filipinos. It's something we can be proud of. Maybe now, do you know that we're almost 2 hours chatting here now, and so we're about to end this conversation. I'm so sad about that, but lucky for me, I can continue this conversation outside of Up Next. But to end this conversation, I'd like to know what is up next for you. Let's start with you, Claire.
For me, I'm going back to school soon, starting in August. I'm really not excited.
Aww.
I'm starting high school, which I always saw my sister, like she would always be in like high school. Like I always thought that'd be so cool. But now that I'm like finally here starting it, I'm so scared. Like I don't know, like I actually have to grow up now and I gotta lock in. So thank you for my older sister because she's so cool and she taught me everything I know. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it that's coming up. Yeah.
Ate, catch me in Easton, Pennsylvania at Lafayette College pursuing my double degree in anthropology and fine arts. That's what I'm doing.
Humble brag right there.
Why do one when you can do
You know,
two?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Be greedy like that.
Sorry.
But yeah,
No,
very
but
proud of you,
and
very
we're
proud of
proud
yourself.
of you. Yes. And Chandler.
Road running, risk taking, and gap year, and gap year.
Wow, how many gap years was that?
Gap year, then entrepreneurship, and then risk taking, and then road running.
Wow.
that's it.
Pyramid
Looking
scheme.
forward to that for you.
Yep, that's it.
And Shifra?
I'm so happy because I can say this. I'll be having my directorial debut
Ooh, yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay.
on August 29 and 30 at the Kabilin Center. If you're interested to know more about this,
DM me.
please check out Two Tin Cans on
Aw.
Instagram and Facebook. Follow the page, and I'm sure that when more information comes up, you'll be able to see it. And I'm on summer vacation, and I'm about to start my second year of college.
Oh my God. So proud of this bunch, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you very much, Ate Sarah. This
Thank
was a very
you.
enjoyable
They call me
experience.
Ate.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
had fun,
also,
Ate.
I
Thank
also
you.
had fun. Oh my God.
This is my first and last radio
And
interview.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
This will be my only digital footprint on the internet.
We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much to Shifra, Chandler, Isa, and Claire. There is no single way to be Filipino, and some of us are born here and spend our lives in the Philippines. Some leave in search of opportunity, adventure, or love, and some are born thousands of miles away and know the Philippines first through stories, family photographs, video calls, and balikbayan boxes. Some grow up in homes where different cultures meet around the same dinner table, yet somehow our stories still find one another. I honestly thought this conversation would be about preserving Filipino traditions, the beautiful reminders of where we come from, but I realized something as we listened to one another. The traditions are not the destination, they are the bridge that connects one generation to the next. The bridge that connects a child born in Paris, a student studying in the United States, someone who grew up in Singapore, and families here in the Philippines. Every time we tell a family story, we cross that bridge. Every time we teach a child a Filipino word, we cross that bridge. Every time we cook a recipe handed down by a parent or a grandparent, we cross that bridge. And every time we choose kindness, generosity, resilience, or hospitality, we cross it again. The most Filipino things about us are not the things we own or the places we've lived. They are the values we practice, the instinct to make room for one more person at the table, the habit of asking, "Have you eaten?" The willingness to help a neighbor without expecting anything in return, the ability to laugh through hardship, the deep belief that family is not only something we are born into, but something we continue to build. The world is becoming more connected every day. Our families now span continents. Our children grow up speaking different languages. Our homes are filled with traditions from many cultures, and I think that's something to celebrate. Embracing another culture doesn't mean losing our own. It simply means our story have become richer, and that's what it means to be a Filipino across borders, not carrying the weight of proving our identity, but carrying the joy of sharing it sharing it with our children, our friends, our partners, with everyone whose lives become intertwined with us, with ours. Culture survives because someone decides it is worth passing on. Not perfectly, not exactly as it was, but lovingly. So whether you're watching from Cebu, California, Singapore, London, Auckland, Dubai, Paris, or anywhere else in the world, I hope our conversation encourages you to ask your parents about their childhood. Call your grandparents if you're able. Learn the recipe you've always meant to learn. Teach your children Filipino songs. Tell them where your family came from. Tell them why those stories matter. Because one day, they'll become the storytellers and they'll decide what future generations remember. Borders may shape our journeys, but they never have to define our identity. Home is more than where we live. Home is what we carry. And as long as we continue carrying our stories, our values, and our love for one another, the Philippines will never be too far away. Thank you for allowing us to share a little piece of our family story with yours. And thank you for joining us on Up Next. Until next time, keep supporting the artists, the storytellers, and the communities that help keep our culture alive. I'm Sarah Henderson. Take care of one another and remember, every conversation is a chance to understand each other a little better. This has been Up Next.